Angela was diagnosed with spina bifida, L2, L3 level, or sometimes called myelomeningocele. And I learned about his diagnosis at 4 months of pregnancy during a routine ultrasound.
I had my stroke about 2 years ago. The stroke messed up my left side, and I have some involuntary movements on that side that they don't help at all. They just get in the way.
My dad was like, "Come here, Mallory. I feel lightheaded," and he practically fell on top of me. And there was a medic a couple aisles over, and he came and said that we need an ambulance. He's having a stroke. I was scared, number one. Like, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if he was going to make it. I didn't know what was going on.
I just wanted out of the hospital because I just laid there in bed 24 hours a day.
When he came home from the hospital, he was kind of depressed and he didn't really know what to do. And I was really worried about him injuring himself, doing anything.
That brought him down, and then he felt like a burden and got very depressed. The hospital, the therapy there, they had concentrated on what he could do instead of developing, the left side where the paralysis and numbness was.
No doctor or therapist would give me approval to try to stand or to try to do anything except for be in a wheelchair.
When I came home from the rehab hospital, I needed help to do almost everything. I needed help to get to bed. I needed help to move around in my wheelchair, and I needed help in the bathroom, just everything.
Once outpatient therapy stopped, it was difficult to find ways to exercise or stretch that were effective. It was not a goal of outpatient rehab for Mom to walk again. I remember that was disappointing, and I think we all worried that Mom was disappointed. Physically, we would lose ground for Mom, but also, emotionally, there wasn't something for us to hope for. We were looking for something that was individualized, but also something that we could afford. And when we found Challenge Center, it seemed like too good to be true. At the Challenge Center, I think people believed that more was possible. It wasn't just functionality, being able to survive at home, but to really be able to thrive. She wants to keep working toward being able to walk and be more mobile, and the Challenge Center gave her an opportunity to do that.
And since he started coming to the Challenge Center, first of all, he learned how to walk. His whole attitude changed after he started coming to the Challenge Center, and he started improving.
Angelo's a typical 5-year-old kid. He's extremely active. He does things from hand cycling, wheelchair dancing, surfing, skating on a chair. So yes, he goes to skate parks. Yes, he jumps off curbs.
I do physical therapy at Challenge Center. My favorite thing is to build with blocks. I was walking in my braces without the walker. I'm a really good dancer.
He's not using his head to balance, he's actually doing it with his core muscles and his hip muscles the way he should. And instead of always leaning with his right elbow, hand, and I guess basically rib cage on the side, all these things that we've been working with have helped him to continue to stay upright and not having to rely on his arms to actually, balance in that sense, so that he could actually sit up himself and not have to
And
worry
muscles
about stuff.
that we didn't know was working is there. Very happy about that.
Mhm. Yeah, things that we thought were lost have, definitely come back, and even more so.
When Malcolm first came to Challenge Center, he was using a wheelchair full-time.
I'm doing things now I didn't think in my wildest dreams I could ever do. I started jumping on trampoline. It makes me feel so positive. I'm always so happy. Where before I didn't think I could ever do 90% of what I'm doing. My life is getting back to how it used to be before this ever happened. I started cooking, and so now she doesn't have to come home and cook me dinner every night. I can do that.
We don't rule out possibilities. We are looking for a way we can make things happen, how we can make that goal come true.
The Challenge Center is such a fun place to come to. Like, it's so enjoyable. You walk in the door, everybody's so friendly. Not just the therapist. I'm talking therapists and patients are becoming like my friends and my family. If I do something really good, or if they do, we all cheer and we clap, and it's just a fun environment to be in.
I have so enjoyed coming to therapy with Malcolm. It's such a great environment. Malcolm thrives. He feels better when he leaves the Challenge Center. He's just in a much better place physically and mentally.
At Challenge Center, it's pretty much like a family. That's one of the main things that we see basically walking in the door. First day, Angela was greeted by total strangers, and they're in the middle of their workouts, but they have a kind word to say.
All of the therapists are so encouraging. They make you feel like you can do it. They're right there pushing you and helping you all the way. And I felt hope, and I felt that it was going to be possible, and I still feel that way. So I am very thankful for the Challenge Center, because before that, I really didn't have much hope.
With Barbara, a lot of her physical therapy has been focused on helping her learn how to process sensory information again. Most importantly, recalibrating her sense of vertical.
At Challenge Center, I see my improvement every time. There are some little exercises that we do that I don't understand why I'm doing it until I realize that my balance is not right. I am not sitting straight or standing straight when I think I am, and those little exercises help me get my balance right.
Before Mom came to the Challenge Center, falling was a big concern. Since she's been coming to the Challenge Center, that's been much better. Her balance is better, her confidence is better, her strength is better. So we worry less about falling. Before we came to the Challenge Center, I think there was a period of time where we were probably less adventurous, not wanting to go out to eat or going to other people's houses. But now we feel a lot more confident.
At this stage of our lives, our most fun is to be with family around the table. And that's one thing that happens so often, and we're so fortunate.
The scholarship fund made it affordable so that we could continue the therapy going forward.
We would not be able to participate without the scholarships. And so for our family, it's been a huge blessing.
He's been free of surgeries, free of complication for many years, and I believe it's from the extensive physical therapy that he has received at Challenge Center.